Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, January 26th of 2026 Kingston City Land Bank Board of Directors meeting. This is our annual meeting at which we hold officers' elections. This is obviously a virtual meeting due to a snow emergency that's been declared in Kingston for at least today. Welcome everyone here. We do ask that members of the public limit their comments no more than 2 minutes per speaker. And if you guys are okay with it, I would be happy to moderate until after the elections have taken place, at which point we would jump into the meeting being moderated by the board chair. Cool. Could I ask for a roll call in no particular order because we're all on via Zoom? If someone would just shout it out from board members.
Sarah Delorto, board member.
Great.
Joanna Norman, board member.
Rebecca Holderness, board member.
Aaron Chilvis, board member.
Barbara Yannides, board member.
Paul Heinz, board member.
Great. Thank you. We do have quorum. So a little preamble, if I could, for the annual officer elections. This is something that we do just for context. We do it every year at our annual meeting, which per our bylaws is January. And so it's an exciting opportunity to kind of reshuffle various roles and responsibilities. Typically, from an officer perspective, we tend to talk more sort of like strategy stuff that maybe doesn't fit into the general narrative of some of the committee meetings, although it certainly goes into those meetings when it's appropriate. The way that this normally would be done would be obviously in a room with individual voting privately. What I'd like to propose, if you're okay with it, is that you just send me a private chat, if that works for everyone. If everyone could say that's okay, I'm happy to tally and summarize. I wouldn't, get too far into the details, but if you'll trust me to tally them, I will summarize each of the elections. Thank you. We have 4 elections tonight. So many thumbs up from Sarah. All thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. The first election will be for board chair. The second will be for vice chair. The third will be for treasurer. And the final, and certainly last but not least, will be for secretary. Following those elections, the board chair will be assigning board members to various committees. So I would ask if you have an interest in being on a committee, if you have no interest in being on a committee, if you have questions about a committee or anything, if you would please reach out to the board chair directly for those conversations, and I will try to help facilitate getting that all set up, and we'll have very exciting things to come as next month goes on. Does anyone have any questions about this, or am I rushing through things, or? Great. So I would like to ask that a vote be called for the board chair of the Kingston City Land Bank at our annual meeting for the year of 2026. If anyone could send me a chat, or excuse me, is there someone who would like to run for said position?
I would like to run for board chair. I'm happy
Amazing.
to read. Yeah. I wrote a thing to Mike beforehand, or like a couple weeks ago when he sent the thing, but
Please do.
Well,
if you would like, please, or say whatever you like. Yeah.
Well, let's continue for now. I'll say it later. Well, I'll say it now. Sure, I'll say it now. I said so. When Mike asked for nominations, or anybody who would like to run, I said this is what I wrote to him. I just pulled it up. I said I'd like to run for chair. I have several interests in this role. Firstly, I want to work closely with the board to reimagine its roles and responsibilities, including significantly reducing the number of committee meetings and re-examining our committee charters. Secondly, I want to strategize with you and the executive committee on how we navigate the transition to new construction while maintaining the capacity to serve the traditional role of land banks and getting foreclosed properties back on the tax rolls and continue to do rehabs. Thirdly, and most importantly, I want to work to improve communication and understanding at all levels of the organization so that the board and staff are operating cohesively and not orthogonally to each other. I'm very excited for the year ahead.
Hear, hear.
And I meant enthusiasm that I just read it, probably.
Thank you. With that, I would like to ask for votes to be sent to me via chat on Zoom for the board chair position.
This is just to you, not to everybody.
It only because it sort of sticks with the process that we've done in the past where they've sort of been private tally. So that would be
I think
the
I'm
way I would propose to.
It's like I have a new version of Zoom, like updated. So it's like, where do I easily switch
You,
to?
you have to click like new chat and
Yeah.
then type in Mike. It's weird. Yeah.
Did I do it
Beautiful.
right, Mike? I
You
just got it.
did. Thank you very much, everyone. The votes are in. They are unanimous. Aaron Chilwich, congratulations as the new board chair of the Kingston City Land Bank.
Thank you all. I look forward to working with you.
Very exciting. Our second vote is for the vice chair of the organization. Would anyone be interested in putting themselves forward for said position?
Oh,
Barbara.
no, Barbara, you should go.
Oh no,
No.
Rebecca, go for it.
No, 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 no. No, Barbara, you should go. Unless you want to be treasurer.
No, I'm happy to let you go.
And here's Nicole.
Oh, well, I'll run, and then if it's a popularity, I mean, yeah, I'll just run. Mostly for continuity's sake and because I'm interested in seeing how Aaron wants to work with Mike to move us towards modular construction. So I would like to put forward the continuity. Yeah.
I only have a little confusion. I had thought that you had resigned at the end of last year in that position,
No, I resigned
or
from
as treasurer, excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, as an officer, though. I thought you resigned as an officer. I'm just confused.
Are all officers the same?
They're all very different and unique in their own special way. I just didn't know that that was your intent to step down from one position and run for another.
Forgive me, I won't do it then. Thank you.
No, it's
I
totally.
withdraw. It's okay. I just got some instant
No, this has gotten strange. I'm going to stop talking. Sorry.
Rebecca, you're welcome. You're welcome to run. There's no. Everyone is welcome to run for every position, regardless of what anybody did last year.
Cool. Okay. So I will now ask for votes for the vice chair of the Kingston City Land Bank.
Sorry, who is running for the position?
That's a really good.
Let's clarify
And
this.
do we need to explain to Nicole what's happening?
Nicole, you're sharing your
Yeah.
screen right now.
You
Yeah,
guys see me? I got
you
a
can
new computer like really recently. So I'm just trying to get myself up here. I'm sorry.
We can't
can
see
see
you, but we
computers.
want to share your screen.
Okay.
I'm gonna, Mike, thank you for holding me to my thing. I think
Oh, not a, Rebecca.
I think
I'm so
if
sorry.
Barbara,
I didn't
I
mean
know,
to.
I think Barbara should be. I mean, it's my fantasy and my hope that Barbara will remain an officer. And so if Barbara wants to be the assistant, that would be great. And that would provide what I was looking for, which is institutional continuity. Does that make sense? Yeah. So both Barbara and Aaron have both been on the executive committee. And I think that, it's potentially, I might be really busy in the summer starting. So, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I had a moment of inspiration, which I will withdraw from. Thank you. So I am not running. Barbara, are you going to run?
Yeah, I didn't like have the camera, the like Zoom window up when I raised my hand. I also wasn't looking to like do a runoff with someone, but I would be happy to run for vice chair. Last year I served as the secretary, so I have, a good understanding of the land bank's operations, priorities, challenges, and would look forward to collaborating with Aaron as the chair and whoever would be joining as treasurer and secretary. So, want thoughtful governance, transparency, teamwork, and, motivated to advance Land Bank's mission, especially as we dive into new construction.
Thank you. And Nicole, I had stopped sharing your screen. I hope that's okay with you. We were able to see it, as Aaron said, for a minute. So, cool. So then there's one person running, is my understanding. Rebecca, are you sure? Okay, so vice chair, if you would send me your votes via chat for Barbara. Got a yay for Barbara. The votes are in and they are unanimous. Barbara, congratulations as Vice Chair of the Kingston City Land Bank.
Thank you.
Ooh.
The next role for which we are having elections tonight is the treasurer position. Would anyone like to put themselves forward as the treasurer of the land bank? Sarah Del Orto.
For treasurer. I also prepared a small statement if anyone would like to hear it. I'm interested in the position because I know that strong financial management is critical to the work we do at the land bank. I have many years of experience with financial reporting for private and government grants, so I feel comfortable around budgets, and I would be happy to take on this important work.
All the thumbs up. Great. So if you would send me your votes via chat for the treasurer position of the land bank. The votes are in and it is unanimous. Congratulations, Sarah, as the treasurer of the Kingston City Land Bank. The final position for which we have an opportunity to elect this evening, but not a requirement, is the secretary role. Would anyone be interested in running for secretary? Okay, that's not a big deal. I am happy to serve if you'll have me in the role that's primarily for the purposes of this board meeting, the secretary's role, which is to memorialize and make sure that it's accurate. The resolutions taken by the board at each meeting, this, as you know, is distributed in your board package the following month, signed by the secretary, but I believe we can navigate that with the other officers if they are so inclined. And I'm happy to keep doing that for now. But the secretary position is great. Someone should really do it. It's awesome. Okay, and with that, congratulations to all the officers. And I turn this meeting over to our new board chair, Mr. Aaron Chilwich. You are muted.
Good way to start. A pleasure. I'm looking forward to the year ahead. It's going to be, it's going to be a pleasure working with you. And I'm excited for everything we have coming. I'm going to keep I haven't prepared anything for tonight, so I won't say much other than I meant what I said in before. I want us to significantly reduce the number of committee meetings such that we're meeting kind of as we really need to, and not just every month for the sake of it. Both on the executive committee level and throughout, and for all the committees. And so I'll probably write more and say more in the future about that. But I hope every committee will take it upon themselves also to think about a timeline that makes sense given the substance of what they need to do. Also, I'll know that by laws, every committee needs to meet 4 times a year. I believe, except no, not all of them. I don't have the bylaws open right now. We'll continue this via email and in our next call, and we'll go from there. But I'm excited to be working with you all, and I'm always available if anybody wants to talk about anything. So email, phone, I'm always available. And with that, I'll hand it back to Mike.
Thank you. So we do not have any members of the public. So I would like to move, if you're okay with it, to my executive director's report. Covering the 3 topics that I cover every month. There's oftentimes some variation. Sometimes it feels like a soap opera, sort of like nothing changes day to day, but eventually you zoom back in and a lot has changed. So this month in our pipeline category, we have a better focus on the number of properties that are in our pipeline or will soon be coming to us for opportunities to be in our secured pipeline. We're at 21 properties right now. Doesn't seem like a lot month over month, but they're much more in focus. And I'll go into detail on that. First remains Reso 66 in 2023, your favorite resolution, as is mine, which is 24 Belmont, a vacant lot for which we are still working towards what we may or may not do. We have no timeline by which we have to decide, but it could be either a move-in or a second home HTEB development. This is a site that requires some significant cleanup, and that's not necessarily a priority for us, but I will keep it on the list. More excitingly, as you've seen a couple rounds of news articles, Article 19A properties offered to us under the City of Kingston's disposition policy are coming into focus. And so we will be offered, I believe tomorrow, under a 90-day window of opportunity to exercise our right to purchase 4 properties. So very exciting. 4 properties, 2 of them have been named in the papers, and I don't think it's a problem to name all 4. The addresses are 305 Lucas, 12 Courts with a D, 54 Hunter, and 34 Boulevard. So these are 4 properties taken by the City of Kingston through vacant and abandoned Article 19A proceedings, for which they've received a judicial ruling that allows the city to take title, which I believe they are now. And once they take title, they will offer them to us, I believe, as early as tomorrow. So stay tuned for more over the coming months, but what you will hear from us as far as updates includes preliminary due diligence work, including but not limited to survey and phase 1 environmental investigations. More at the officers level and at ADC, we'll continue to discuss strategy around title reports and sort of various liabilities related to that, and business models that may cause us to have to purchase these properties and hold them for a significant period of time, which is different than what we've done previously. But it is great to have more opportunities, more vacant properties. I'm excited. Even with 2 feet on the ground, I still want to get in the last 2 properties and take a look. Right now, we're having some access issues with the last 2, but I have been in the first 2. So more to come on that. But those are 4 properties. Similarly, and this may seem like a lot of word salad as I get into the details, but broadly speaking, Article 11 properties, which are tax foreclosure takings by the City of Kingston for the first time in, I would say, possibly, I believe, 10 years or so. The city has gone through the redemption period and finalized its first tranche of properties. I don't know historically if they've been done in tranches, but they're certainly being done in tranches now, and they're coming our way. So the first round of properties is 13 properties, a split between 7 and 8 on vacant properties and vacant land and vacant properties. Those will be offered to us soon under the same disposition policy. So stay tuned yet again for coming your way. A lot more, due diligence, wringing of hands, me looking nervous, trying to figure out how to pay for them because the full purchase price does have to be paid to the municipality that holds it with the treasurer for two years, I believe. So an indeterminate amount of time, but we have a lot to work on with those, and none have been offered to us. And I don't know when they would be. That's 13 properties. Coming soon, February 1st of 2026, we'll be offered some number of properties out of a universe of 25 properties. After that redemption period has passed, that will tell us how many properties we're looking at. But wait, there's more. March 15th, we'll be offered a universe of 27 properties. And on April 6th of 2026, we'll be offered some number of properties out of a universe of 60 properties. So it's a lot. It's a lot. We are not in a position to acquire all of these properties, and we don't even know what the properties are. So there's not, it's just nice to see things come more and more into focus and the opportunities become more clear what that looks like. But those are my updates on the pipeline. Currently looking very closely at a number of properties of 21 properties, which is what we currently have, but that number will grow every month. Cool. My next update would be on potential new non-comms comms-driven funding. I'm sorry, I tripped over that, so it must not make any sense. This historically has been something that we go after on a project level. However, we had a great discussion at the last comms meeting around potentially assisting or taking the lead as comms sees fit. Kyle and I would help out with Assemblymember Shrestha, who offers some operational funding grants that other organizations have secured over the past 3 years. We believe that usually is released sometime around April and awarded around November. So more to come around that. I didn't want to steal the thunder from the comms report around it, but I just mentioned it's something that we're either be taking the lead on or working with comms in some capacity and hopefully applying for in April. In my other category, we do have a great matrix of roles and responsibilities for our new home program that was put together by our construction consultant, Fred Dargusta. I think it's helpful. I think it's useful. I think probably is not the end all and be all of the conversation, but it was useful for me to kind of parse out if anyone had questions about what are we doing, what is the modular company doing, what is the general contractor doing. This is a new type of construction for this organization. So that's in your board package. Just wanted to highlight that. And then dissimilarly, last but not least, Madam Treasurer, welcome, congratulations, salutations. Kyle and I will be sending you 2 forms tomorrow asking for your execution on those documents to allow us to enter into the grant agreements for both Land Bank Initiative Round 2 and our home HDEV grants. We're happy to review these documents with you. It's not just something that we'd send to you and ask for your signature, but having gone through this meeting, thank you very much in advance, and we'll get those over to you tonight, tomorrow. That's my report.
I'm on mute. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate all the updates.
My pleasure.
With that, we'll go into committee reports and start with ADC, where once again, ostensibly I do ADC, but really I hand it off to Kyle. So Kyle, can you talk to us about Keystone updates, sales, and then an event?
Thanks, Aaron. Yeah, very brief updates. We keep meeting with the sales team and the bank, and it looks like we're on pace for early March closings. And with that in mind, we're looking to have a ribbon cutting event, uh, likely at the end of February, most likely Friday, the 27th in the afternoon. We're looking to just confirm with a few key members before we lock that date in and set up a time. But
You
that's
said, could you
looking
do a
like the
date one more
most
time?
February 27th, Friday.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, think it can be a pretty special occasion, just given that both homes are, right next to each other, and we have 46 grand in between them, so it could be a good opportunity to kind of launch into our next project. So, yeah, I'll be taking the lead with this one. If anyone has any ideas or thoughts about how to make that event more special, feel free to shoot me an email. But yeah, that's it for the sales and the ribbon cutting event. Be on the lookout for an official invite with the set time and date.
Cool. Thank you, Kyle. That's great. It'll be exciting to have another event. It's been a while since we've had a ribbon cutting. So, that's great. And then Mike, hand it off to you for contract discussions, schedules, and
Yep.
the things you mentioned for the home program.
Absolutely. So our new home program, happy to report, we intend to sign the general contract probably tomorrow. There's a little bit of technicality around the snow and internet being out and folks having to work from cold homes, but I would like to thank Stacy and Kyle and Fred, who is not here, for slogging through this process. I know we're just beginning to slog through the development itself, but I'm very excited to have a new relationship with a new modular provider and their new sort of way of structuring and conducting their relationship with our general contractor, who's somehow in contract with them, but we're in contract with the GC. It's stitching out very well, and I would just like to thank everyone. Stacy from insurance, to just sort of generally making sure that we have our ducks in a row. Kyle for, I think, basically just humoring the chaos of my life and getting it in order and making sure that with Goldstein Hall, we are about to have a clean, crisp document as it relates to schedule on the development itself. The schedule is in your board package. I invite you to look at that. This is the final schedule that's agreed upon with Maida. It is very achievable. It is not for lack of tremendous amounts of effort that we're in a position to have gone through all the things to get us to this point where we sign the contract. But as soon as the snow melts, you will start to have some amazing updates, maybe in visual form, and certainly at the various committee meetings. And it's going to be a great year. So I'm really excited about that. And that's my update on the new home program.
That is great. Exciting that we will have a contract. I don't think the schedule is in the board package.
Did I miss it? I'm so sorry. The moment I said
no,
that,
it is. Never mind.
It is.
I missed it earlier. That's my bad. I apologize.
I usually sit in like a vacant room in City Hall and go through the board package, but I just didn't have that rhythm today.
You're right. That was my mistake. It is here. Okay. Great. I'll just add that Fred joined ADC this past month, and it was great to meet him. And he seems both very kind and very competent. So, I think we're in good hands. Um, so with that, finance and audit. Well, I guess we have a new treasurer, Sarah. But I guess for the purposes of just talking through finance stuff, I don't know if Sarah, you want to say anything, or if I pass off to Stacy, I'll let you two decide.
Yeah, I think probably just for this first one, I will do the defer to Stacy, and have you just talk through the points that you put in the financial documents that you sent around.
Problem. So for December, we had some um, money come in. So we had operating grant come in. The 2026 Novo grant comes in for operations for 2026, but it always comes in December. So that came in. So we're good. We're set. We had donations. We received $1,500 in general donations and a new $1,000 grant from a donor advised fund. It's unique this year. We had some CDs maturing in December, which we rolled into new ones. So we had a $200,000 CD from at Ulster Savings Bank. We rolled that into a 15-month CD. We're trying to take advantage of the interest rates as it are now, and we know they're going down. So we put that into a 15-month at 3.77. Then we had an M&T. We had a 750,000 CD that matured at the end of December. However, because of the holidays, it didn't roll until early January. So that one was a lower rate. We're trying to manage the cash flow based on what Mike was talking about buying properties, funding home funds, the module homes, just really doing a really good job with cash flow. Insurance, we had some insurance policies renew in December, and we have some other ones that are going to be renewing, some significant ones that are renewing in January. So you see that next time. And we have a new grant. We were awarded $1 million from the community foundations of the Hudson Valley, and we received that money in January. The audit has begun. This is the earliest it's begun in the few years that I've been at the Kingston City Land Bank, and hopefully we're at the top of the list instead of the bottom, and hopefully that will, move through. Hopefully, I'm hoping for March for it to be done. And Mike and I are going to review the 2025 financials after everything settles and compare it to budget. And we'll talk about if there are any significant variances. We will discuss that in committee, finance committee. And that is my report. Any questions?
I have a question. Is the $1 million grant from the Foundation of the Hudson, whatever that long title was, is that a new grant, new organization?
We have gotten money from them before, the community foundations of the Hudson Valley. So they're that's I believe, Mike, if you want to jump in on this one because you're familiar with it.
I got it. Never mind. I got some
Okay.
information from
It's the organization that doesn't want publicity, from which we have spoken.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Thank
you.
Before.
So it's all very interesting. Thank you.
Anything else?
Do we know anything about the donor advised fund?
Yes. The 1,000?
Yeah.
Yes, we do. We got a letter that basically says that they don't want a tax letter. They just want someone to just say thank you. Do you want me to pull up the name?
Oh, no, that's fine.
Okay, so that was something that Mike and I discussed about trying to get some help with writing those letters.
Yeah.
That.
Will you send that
Yes.
to me, Stacy?
Yes.
Thanks.
Anything else? Any other questions for Stacy?
we're going to proceed on to talk about the audit is that part of our
Yeah,
agenda?
Yep, we'll start with the vote. Well, I guess we should let's accept the treasurer's report, and then we can do more audit questions, I suppose. Or just do it now. Yeah, you have questions about the audit? Go ahead.
No, I don't. I just saw it on the agenda. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I would just assume that we were using the same audit company as we did last year, but
Yes,
that they did an
we
excellent job, you know?
yes,
So,
yes, we have a few years with them, and I feel like every year it's smoother. So yeah, that's why I'm hoping it goes smooth. I'm ready this year earlier, which is great. Yeah, so yeah, I will keep everybody updated as it goes. Right now, I just gave them their first set of information, and they're going to come back to me with lots more lists, and I'll tell you how it's moving.
great. I mean, to defer to Sarah, but I thought they did an excellent job last year. So,
Did.
in collaborating with your excellentness. That's a very
Thank you.
specific form of work, excellentness. But anyway, great. And we need to vote, don't we, to approve the treasurer's report?
A motion to accept the treasurer's report as delivered by Sarah and Stacy.
Motion.
And a second.
Second.
All in favor? Okay.
Cool.
Great. Nicole's the one person, but we'll just pass for now. I don't think we'll have any technical problems. Great. Any other questions on finance and audit before we move on? All right, then let's go on to comms, community engagement and fundraising. And discussion of the Trust the Operating Grant. I guess who was Barbara was you before, so let's stick with you for now.
Yeah, sure. So we're wrapping up our time with Chris, our social media consultant. He has been working really hard getting like a pipeline of some different content like created. We're gonna be posting, an interview with Nicole that we did as our newest board member. We're going to be putting out a call for, I think there are a couple open seats on our board. He's drafting like a new winter newsletter that's focused on a call for board applications and tying in like Nicole's interview. We discussed like this is also a good time to start like a series and whoever can continue it and like given where we are in terms of, the new homes project and what we're going to be doing, with our future projects and not having like our like bread and butter rehabs like going throughout this year right now. Maybe a meet the board, like exec board series and start airing with you, and then we'll go vice chair, treasurers, and then the rest of the board members, to follow after that. Just to keep things moving on our social media and doing some other things. So he is working. We'll, I think, wrap up with him February 15th or 16th. Yeah, and then I think we would want to tackle some of the things we discussed in terms of like the larger questions that we had just from experience of like having somebody else work on our social media in terms of like who's our audience, what kind of content like do we want to put out and that kind of thing. Procedural questions that require some more thought before we just kind of rush out like just to put things out, just to put them out doesn't make sense. We want to be thoughtful. And I think that Mike, Kyle, and Sarah are working on the grant, right, Mike, for the 2026 operating grant. Is there anything that you need from any member on this call to discuss like further?
Yeah, I don't think we are gonna meet in a week, 2 weeks, somewhere around there, somewhere in February to chat about it. So I think after that we might have some more information.
Great. That's what we've got.
That's great. Well, thank you again, Barbara, for all the work you did with our consultant, and you put a lot of time into it. He put a lot of time into it, and I hope that it seemed very productive. The posts have been great, and I hope that in the next year we can answer some of the questions, so we can kind of, as a board, kind of be a little more strategic in our social media. So thank you again, much appreciated. So with that, governance did not meet and design did not meet. Anything on committees we missed today? If not, public comments. Seeing no members of the public, we have an item to discuss an executive session. So do I hear a motion to enter into executive session?
Motion to enter.
To enter into executive session.
Second?
I'll be doing a second.
All in favor? And we are in executive session. We, in executive session, voted on the noted item affirmatively. I believe that's all I need to say for that. Is there anything else tonight? Any new business? I don't believe so. Mike, anything else from your end?
No.
All right, then I will entertain a motion to.
We should move to accept the minutes. We need
Thank
to
you,
do-
Rebecca.
Huh?
So thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca noted that in the chat for everyone else. Sorry, Rebecca, I forgot. I missed that on the agenda this month. So
Good point. Good catch, Rebecca. Motion to accept it. Any second?
Second.
To accept the minutes as uploaded to YouTube. Second. All in favor? We did that. Now, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. All in
thank you,
favor?
guys.
I still didn't get the how to order a pizza using Robert's Rules of Order. I still haven't seen that.
Good night.
We are adjourned. We are adjourned. Last thing I'll say is